Another thing that came up is in our audience, we have a lot of small business owners, smaller digital print shops, and sales is sometimes gets the back burner, right? You get jobs coming in, things are happening, you're wearing different hats. And so sometimes it's hard to build those relationships. We see our clients neglecting it and just expecting the phone to ring. So could you give us a little bit of boost of confidence to get on the phone and get back into, calling the print consumers so that we can keep our presses running?
Man, that's hard. And I understand it. When I started in the business, printing companies had a tendency to be quite small compared to some that exist today, or certainly some that have existed in just a few years ago. And so we didn't have customer service departments. We didn't have estimating departments. We did our own pricing. We did all of that stuff ourselves. And so it was real easy to get busy and for you to feel productive in a day because you were doing those things that were not going to cause a new order to happen. You were doing those things related to serving your customer. And I'm not suggesting that you don't need to do those things. What I am saying is, as time management, it's just a fact of life that if you don't plant a seed today, there's a plant that's not going to bloom whatever its gestation period is down the road. So somewhere down the road, something's not going to provide food if you didn't plant a seed today. And so somehow every day you got to spend a little bit of energy, a little bit of time selling, smiling and dialing, or revisiting old friendships that you've let go cold. You've got to figure out a way to be in front of customers at some point, some small way every day. And even in a small business, you can put some thought into things. You can, with a cell phone today, you can shoot a video of yourself. This goes back to your first question even. You can shoot a video of yourself going through a sample and why it's cool. You can put it on a jump drive and you can send it to somebody that won't see you. You can send a little virtual presentation to somebody that, hey, I didn't get a chance to call you today and did this, thought you might get a charge out of it, and you can send it over to them the following day. You just be as creative as you want to be to make sure you get something in front of that client that knows you're touching them. Years ago, 1,000 years ago, when I was just a kid, I worked in a convenience store, and Sunday was my favorite day of the week because we couldn't sell beer on Sundays in Georgia at that time in history. And I'm from the state of Georgia. And so I could run the cash register. Sunday was the only day I could run the cash register because I was underage and I could run the cash register because we didn't sell beer on that day. And so, customer would walk up and they'd lay their bread and their eggs and whatever down. And I just, reach over and hit the keys, And so after the customer left, the boss says, every time you ring up something, I want you to reach over and touch it. I said, what do you mean? He said, just touch the bread, touch the eggs, touch the apple, touch the milk. And I said, well, why? And he says, it associates trust between the customer and that thing you just did with the cash register. And that's a real corny anecdote, and you may not sign up for it, but the point he was making was how valuable the touch was to the customer. And I'm going to say that to you in sales, that if you are trying to sell to me and you let me know you're thinking of me at whatever that interval is, once a week, once a month, every other week, every third day, whatever it is, if you let me know you're thinking of me, you saw something and it made you think of my business and something that we shared in our last exchange, I'm going to take you lots more serious as a prospective vendor for me than I am if you show up once a month with a brand new thing that you're just positive without any research is going to be exactly what I need.